All right, I wanted to come on today and tell a quick story. Ultimately, as an advisor, you have lots of people that you work with over time. Some stand out. What stands out significantly to me, it's been an honor to serve the greatest generation. What I've seen in the greatest generation is the fact that so many times the wife comes in to the meeting with the husband and disengages. And it's been a generational thing for them. Not everybody, but a majority of the clients we've seen over the course of time, that tends to happen. One particular story stands out to me because I had one of these great clients and he suddenly passed away, and he had always insisted his wife didn't need to be there, that she didn't care, and then I'd talk to her and she'd say the same thing. I don't care. I trust him. He handles everything, Scott. It's no big deal. And I'll never forget the feeling I had at his wake. And I'm standing in a line that's literally an hour long, and person by person by person, I inch my way up to this great lady that I've talked to on the phone, but he insisted that we just never needed to have a full relationship. And I get up to her and I introduce myself, and she starts crying more than she had for anyone else. And she looks at me and she's like, can I even make it? Do I have enough money to pay my bills? Do I have enough money to pay my mortgage? I don't know, Scott. I don't know. And I said, today we're going to focus on celebrating his life. And this week we'll figure out that stuff. But I think there's a couple of takeaways that we each need to listen to in this story, because it's not just the greatest generation. It's every generation. One of you is handling the finances on average. One of you, not both of you, one of you. And when one of you is handling the finances, the other person is disengaged. So, couple of takeaways. Number one, how do you engage? First of all, it's a partnership. It's really, really important to remember it's a partnership. And because it's a partnership, you actually have to hear out the other person. Whoever's paying the bills goes to bed every night with a little bit of weight on their shoulders. Even if they're not earning it, they may not be the one that's bringing home more money. But if you're paying the bills, you feel the weight of paying the bills. And that's a stress and an anxiety that people feel. So start the conversation with the disengaged partner. Create that partnership. Step two, or the second takeaway, is communicate in their language. Part of the reason they're disengaged is because you do things your way. And that's a freedom that you like. But they don't listen because you might not be speaking in their language. If you're super analytical and you pull out the Excel spreadsheets and you expect them to be engaged and they don't care and they just want the bottom line, give them bottom line. Give them what they need. Stop trying to have conversations in your language. Start speaking the language of the relationship. Number three is really important. And ultimately, you have to get to a point sometimes where the conversation's not moving and it's not going as far as you'd like it to. In that case, it's nice to bring in an advisor. It's nice to bring in somebody as a third party. We do that all the time. I can't tell you how many times I've sat across from a client and the husband and wife are both in our office, and maybe the wife has been saying all along, we need to do this and we need to do that and we need to pay this debt off and we need to invest here. And the husband looks at me and says, I agree with everything she's saying. It's really important to do all those things. And she looks at him with her face like, are you kidding me? I've been saying this for years. But having a third party and hearing it in a room as a part of a conversation diminished all of the anxiety and frustration. It diminished all of the lack of language disconnect. It allowed for us three to come up with a solution that best fit your family. That's the conversation we're talking about today. Stay tuned for more at a later time. I'm Scott Danner with Freedom Street Partners.